everyone's Chris the Batman statue collector, your Dark Knight of collecting, and I am, of all places, the beach. Not a very Bruce Wayne place to be, but I am here on vacation, spring break. I'm here at Port Aransas, Texas, and we have family that live down here most of the year. They winter down here, and so about every 3 years or so, I come down here and we hang out and we check out the beach. And I wanted to do a video because last time I was down here, I did a top 10 Arkham statues basically that I would like to see made, and at that time, of course, they were still making a lot of the Arkham pieces, and I was very excited about all of those. And now that that line has basically come to an end, I wanted to do another list. Now I'm sitting here on my golf cart. I rent a golf cart here, and as you can see, the ocean is back here behind me. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day here, and I've just been enjoying it with my family. But like I said, I did want to do a top 10 video, and this one is going to be a top 10 list of statues that I would like to see made in the next couple of years. I'm very optimistic that we will see some of these made. However, you know, who knows? There's definitely been a statue production slowdown in my eyes, especially with shipping costs and statue costs, and of course various epidemics and pandemics going on in the world right now. But I did want to talk a little bit about the ones that I would like to see made. And this is going to be a top 10 list. It's going to be in no particular order. It's not going to be best to worst. It's just going to be 10 statues that I would like to see made in the next couple of years, okay? So this is going to be from, whether it's from Sideshow, Prime One, XM Studio, or Tweeterhead, or any statue company in between. I'm hoping that these are made, and we'll see. So anyway, this is my top 10 list. So coming in number 1 on my list is a David Finch Batman. We have a David Finch Bane from Prime One Studio. It's absolutely incredible. And I would really like to see a David Finch Bane. I'm sorry, David Finch Batman, sorry. I'm on beach time, folks. But anyway, David Finch Batman, I would really like to see made, and especially from some of the covers. I don't know exactly if they would do that, you know, taken directly from the cover. Prime One's good at that. I would love to see a 1/3 scale Finch Batman from Prime One Studio, and I really hope that they're able to capture that. Now, it might be something completely different, I really don't know. But I'm going to put a picture right here of one that I would maybe like to see. I love this cover, and I think it would be a lot of fun to see it in 3D form. I love the art, I love that they take it directly from the covers, and I'm really optimistic that they could do that. But a David Finch Bane would mean a lot to me. I would love that. You guys know I'm a big Bermejo fan, and the fact that we have Bermejo Batman and Joker coming, I would love to see them branch out and do more artist pieces from some of the best artists in the world that are creating Batman statues and DC statues, or Marvel for that matter. But David Finch Batman for sure. A second one on my list that I would really like to see made is, of course, a Talon. Again, from Prime One Studio, I would really like to see it from them. 1/3 scale. They did tease it not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago, but it's been pretty quiet since. But I would love to see that come to fruition, because I really like the Court of Owls. Whether that is just an individual Talon statue or a bunch of people kind of in a grouping with the Court of Owl masks, I think that that could be really, really neat, and I would love to see that happen. However, I don't know if they will continue to do that character. I don't know if he would sell well, but he is definitely at the top of my list of characters that I would like to see made. Court of Owls, Talon, whatever. And I would specifically like to see it in 1/3 scale. If other companies did it in 1/4, that would be cool too. But I specifically do want it in 1/3 scale to go along with the rest of my particular collection. You guys know that I'm collecting that scale, and so that would be perfect for me. But definitely Court of Owls, definitely top of my list. Would I want an action pose? Probably an action pose, because it seems like a lot of the comic pieces lately are. However, if that means a ginormous base, I'm not sure if I'd be as willing. These bases are massive and they take up a lot of room, so I'm not exactly sure if I could swing that or not. But anyway, I don't know. We'll see as we go. But anyway, so those are my first two. My third one on my list, I'm going to switch over to Sideshow a little bit, and I would really like to see a Sideshow penguin that goes along with the premium format line. I would really like to see that. You guys know that we really want to see all of them, and a lot of my list will probably be ones from Sideshow, because come on, it's Penguin. Why haven't they made it? But I would really like to see Penguin done for sure. So I guess that would be number 3. I would really like to see number 4. I'd like to see a Two-Face. I would like to see a Two-Face. We have a Two-Face from Prime One Studio, and it's absolutely incredible. But it's from the game. and so I would like to see a comic book version of it. I know that that can be hard to capture. There's so many different versions of him, but I would really like to see that done and well executed. So that's number 4 on my list. Number 5 on my list is going to be, and it could be from any company really, but I would really like to see a Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, however you want to say it. But I think I would really prefer it being in 1/4 scale. That's not to say that I wouldn't buy one probably from Prime 1 at 1/3, but I do really think that he has, you know, with the swords and the green cape and all that stuff, he's got a lot of color. He would really pop a collection, and he's just not done. He's just simply not done, and so I'd really like to see that at some point from some company. And the fact that he hasn't really been made, I do have a Diamond Select bust, and it's awesome. I love it. But I just don't understand why companies haven't done him, especially with his popularity. I've done a lot of polls in my group about him, and he always comes up on the top of ones that people would buy. So I would love to see that, especially in 1/4 scale with the Riddler, I'm sorry, with the Two-Face and Penguin. I guess that leads me to number 6, and that is a Riddler. Would I love to see a Riddler at 1/3 scale? Yes. I would probably prefer it to be the Arkham one if they were going to do one. But if really realistically, I think I would want a 1/4 scale at this point to go along with my collection. I've considered phasing out that 1/4 scale collection. I've considered that. Whether I actually ever do it or not, it's hard to say. But I just don't know. I would really like to see it made and then complete that collection. But I just don't know if they ever will. I just don't know. Again, it probably comes down to sales, if they will actually reach their sales for those particular ones or not. It's really hard to say. But I do think that if they would do it, people would buy it. I really do. But I think that probably more realistically at 1/4 scale, people would buy. I don't know how many people would buy at 1/3 scale. I just don't know if it would be as popular as a Bane or a Batman or Joker, you know, those characters. So anyway, definitely a Riddler of some fashion, but I really do feel like 1/4 scale would be best for me probably at this point in time. I'm going to kind of switch gears now, back number 7. I would really like to see them finish and do more characters in the Hush line from Prime 1 Studio. 1/3 scale Catwoman specifically. I would really like them to see a Jim Lee style Catwoman. I think that would be really amazing. I know a lot of people would be willing to buy her. The problem with Catwoman, of course, is she's all black, so it doesn't offer a ton of detail. It's, you know, but I think that if she's like crouched down, I think that could be an interesting pose. I think she would maybe complement Batman if she was kind of crouched down with her hands and her claws out. I think that could be interesting. And I would think that would sell pretty well. I think it would be a better seller than the Catwoman from Arkham would be. But it's hard to say. It's hard to say what people are going to be buying right now. And, you know, again, anything that comes out right now with a pre-order is still probably a year or two out, so it's hard to say. But anyway, I would really like to see them do a Hush Catwoman. Number 8 then, I would really like to see a Hush. I think he would be incredible. I think that having some of these obscure characters from books that people really love, I mean, people love Hush. It's a great story. But I would love to see Hush made in some form or fashion, whether that's 1/4 scale, whether that's 1/3. I think I'd prefer to 1/3 to kind of go along with the Bane and the Deathstroke and some of those other characters. I would love to see that done. I know the Prime 1 has the comic book license, so why not do some of these characters? They're the company that's willing to probably take more risks than anybody. And I do tip my hat to that, of course, but I know it's risky, and I know it's kind of bit them in the butt at times as well. And that's probably why we just don't see certain characters made these days. But I would really like to see him made. I think it could be really phenomenal. Maybe even some head switch outs, that would be kind of cool. You know, he was Clayface in that, so who knows what they could do. It'd be really interesting to see what they do with it. But anyway, it's definitely on my list. Number 9, I'm going to go with the big guys. And I can switch these in and out. But I would really like to see a Clayface, and I would really like to see a Solomon Grundy. I think that both of them could be really amazing if done well. Probably 1/4 scale again. I'm going to switch back to Sideshow or XM or whoever would make them. But I think I would prefer more than anything Clayface. I think, especially if they can capture that animated series style of him, I think that could be, just think how great that could be. It could be really fun and big. It'd be a big piece like Bane. I think he might be too big if it's 1/3 scale from Prime 1. I think that sucks, because I would love to have all the characters in that scale. But just for size alone, I mean, gosh, Grundy, Clayface, they would just be massive. They would just be maybe too big. But you can imagine the possibilities of those characters. I think Clayface would probably be more maybe sellable than Grundy. Grundy's just this big Frankenstein guy, but Clayface could be interesting with some different swap outs and things like that. I think he could be real creative. But I brought it up before. I brought up like to some artists that are well known in the industry, and they're like, you know, Clayface, you know, it's just a bunch of clay. Who would buy that? I think there's a lot of people that would. I would, for sure. So I think it's worth taking the risk on that particular character, especially if done well. And I think that there's a lot of companies that could do it justice, but I don't know. Time will tell. I guess we'll see. We will see on that one. All right, so number 10 on my list is not going to be an individual character. It is going to be a Rogues Gallery statue. You guys know that XM did an amazing piece with Sanity. It sold out. It sold out everywhere. It's hard to get. It's not out yet as of the recording of this, but it's definitely a desired piece, and I would like to see another company tackle something similar with Rogues Gallery, whether it's like a scene from Arkham, or you know, whether it's all the villains around a table or something. I don't know, but I would love to see something along those lines from somebody else. I would like to see what somebody can do creative-wise. Make it kind of like a diorama. There's been a lot of dioramas here lately that have been really well done. Like Iron Studios has done the X-Men dioramas. I think they are absolutely incredible. And they're a smaller scale, so people are able to collect those and create this big giant scene. I would love to see something like that from maybe Sideshow. I don't know if Prime 1 would do something like that. I don't know if they would. You know, I think that they definitely could be that creative, but they're so used to doing individual pieces, I don't know if they would. I guess they have done that with Joker versus Batman, the metal piece. Maybe we would see something from Prime 1. So Prime 1, if you're watching, I challenge you to that. I think that would be really incredible. But I would just love to see all the villains come together. I've always loved those scenes, and you guys know I love the villains, which is why I've said villains all of this. I haven't, other than just one Batman, you know. But really, in all honesty, there are so many statues that could be made and produced. It goes well beyond a top 10 list, especially when it comes to Batman. Batman, of course, there's so many great covers. There's so many great artists that I would love to see, you know, just some company tackle. And I know that Batman will continue to be made. Batman is incredibly marketable, very profitable, and it is going to sell no matter what. And so I personally think that we're going to have an opportunity to see a lot of these characters made, but I love the idea of putting the art back behind the statue, and I specifically think of like Prime 1 when I think of that, because they are willing to just take the art directly, almost directly from the pages. Sideshow, of course, I tip my hat to them because they take their own artist interpretation of the character, so it does mix well with art. But regardless, I would like to see more Batman statues, of course, and more villains made. And ones that are maybe a little bit more risky is something that I would definitely appreciate, because I know it does take a tremendous amount of money. I know I tip my hat to Tweeterhead. I mentioned them earlier. Chad is willing to take a lot of risk with the characters that he has made. It has bit him though from time to time. It has bit him because of sales. You know, maybe they don't sell as many. So it's up to us. If we still want these characters made, we have to buy them. We have to put up or shut up, because we can create as many polls as we want. At the end of the day, we have to make sure that we are purchasing them. We have to make sure that we are buying them, because if we don't, they're not going to make them. They're going to make the safe bet. They're going to make Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, and call it a day. And so if we want these more obscure characters, we have to buy them. And I know that there's a small pocket of us that want a Clayface or maybe a Solomon Grundy. I get it. And so the likelihood of them making those, yeah. But come on, Penguin, Riddler, Two-Face, household names in the Batman world, make those characters. I would love to see it. But anyway, leave your comment down below of which ones that you would like made. I can go on for another 2 hours probably talking about statues that I would like to see made. But I got to get back to the beach, so I got to enjoy the rest of my vacation. But I do want to read all the comments down below. Which pieces do you want to see made? Which pieces are you excited about in the next couple of years? And also let me know which pieces you think that will never get made. If they were on my list and you're like, Chris, you're an idiot, they're never ever going to get made, leave those comments down below as well. But anyway, I can't thank you guys enough for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed my little beach video this week. Something a little bit different, but I definitely wanted to share my thoughts here while I was on vacation, because even though the Batman's on vacation, he's still hard at work thinking about statues and fighting crime. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button. That does help people just like you find this content. And if you want to take it one step further, hit that notification bell. And also you can sign up for our notification squad, thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. I'll put you on the list and you'll get notified every single time I put new content out there or have new sales or whatever. So all of that good stuff. But anyway, I can't thank you guys enough for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time, not on the beach, but in the Batcave. Bye, everybody.